All right. Okay, let's get this party started. I am going to share the chord chart that we used last week. All right. So I want you guys to take a minute, review these chords. If you guys have not been with us last week and you guys would like to kind of see these chords again, go to joneznu.com/ukulele lessons, where the Ko Aloha sign up is. I always put the replay for the week before there. All right. So you guys will get to see the whole lesson right there at joneznu.com. All right. So go ahead and work on these chords real quick. Go ahead and ask questions if you guys have any. All righty. But we'll just take a minute, warm up those fingers. I'm going to really start pushing a lot of stuff like this because I think it's interesting. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people get to talk about it in classes, and show various ways of using it. And in this case, we're going to use it with the song called Kainoa, which is a beautiful song by Braddah IZ. Really cool. I love this song. But we're going to use the augmented chord, which is the G plus here. If you guys can see my mouse, it's this chord right here. All right, so we're definitely going to push our fingers to do things that we normally don't do. Now, if you don't get it right away, don't worry about it. It'll come. Yeah, it's all about putting your fingers in positions and holding it in ways that you normally would not use. And then it really gets your fingers going. Okay? Good. So take a minute on that, guys. Let me go
Hey,
ahead and
Donna,
make it. Yes.
is there a trick to barring those two strings in the middle?
On this one right here?
Yeah.
No. I mean,
I
yes,
thought you were the master.
in the sense, actually, and it's so funny. I actually, okay, let me stop sharing so I can, because this is a great question, yeah, and this is very tricky, right, for a lot of us. So what I like to do, it's all about in the position, right? So if I'm holding my bar and then you notice, look at how my index is kind of leaning on that. All right. Now look at my thumb. Look at the position. It's halfway down. All right. So in essence, I'm pressing with this side of my finger, not the flat of my pad. I'm using the side. So if you can kind of angle it, yeah, you see how the pressure is actually leaning sideways. Now, all you need to do, and this is probably still a tricky one, it's pushing your ring finger on the C string, 3rd fret, and making sure that when you're pressing that pressure, when you're adding that pressure on your middle finger, making sure that your ring finger stays knuckles up. Yeah. So a lot of it is applying pressure. So as opposed for being straight, right? But if you kind of like hold it straight and then turn your elbow out a little bit. Yeah. Or your wrist out, I should say. Yeah. Put your wrist towards the headstock, just like that, Trish. Okay. You can try that. There you go. So hopefully that hurts. Hurts.
Yes, it does.
Hopefully that helps.
The first time.
Jonah, can I throw in 2 cents?
Go for it, brother. Go.
I'd watched Hawaiian players use that A minor 7 for years and thought, what a terrible chord. And then I found a Christmas song that Audrey Guerrero did where he wanted to use that in the progression.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, I got to learn this. And so I gave it a crack.
Yeah.
But for me, the struggle was that finger
Yes.
that one doing the two, and
Yep.
it was getting that bridge arch to get
Yep.
that nice and tall. Once
Mm-hmm.
I got that tall, the other one sort of it worked. But for
Yes.
me, because I that finger always wanted to lie down, it just didn't want to make that reverse arc. My
Yeah.
fingers muscles didn't do it. But
Right.
once I worked that one, then I could put the other one. So I started playing that without the third finger for a while
Yes.
until that finger learned its lesson and made that arch. But that was a chord that gave me heaps.
It is. It is. And so now I like that you shared about the arch, right? And
Yeah,
that's what I call knuckles down, right?
yeah, that's such
So
a difficult thing.
it is. It's a
Yeah,
really rough thing to do this, right? But when you're adding, the pressure on it in the starters. Now, one thing, if you guys notice what Chris did, remember like how I said put your elbow out? All right. In order to add that pressure, Chris actually put his elbow out. You know what I mean? So watch his body mechanics, right? So that's exactly what's turning the hand at an angle so that it presses the pressure without actually adding anything else. Does that make sense, guys? you know? So but that was a great. You gotta unmute, brother. Unmute, Chris. Unmute.
one of our ukulele guys here, when he watches me play, because my elbow will lift out a lot on certain chords, and he
Yeah.
just shakes his head and says, that's crazy, but I don't know. It helps with the
Mm-hmm.
position.
Yeah. Exactly. And normally I don't encourage elbows out normally, right? But it does help. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? There are times where it does help, you know?
yeah. Whatever makes it work to start with until you get real control.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. So
yeah.
that's a good one, Trish. Instead of shooting the whole chord, do like what Chris did. Just work with the two chords. Go for it,
Yeah,
brother Pete.
I can make all the strings ring out if I just have the two fingers. It's putting
Mm-hmm.
that third finger and then cause it.
Third.
Also,
And
I've broken this wrist several times and it kind of doesn't go all the way around.
well,
So
that's
it's
not
hard
fun,
to,
huh?
no, it's hard to get it into position.
Mm, 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 mm. Oh boy. Go, Pete.
Trish, I don't know if you play a three-finger D minor. It really helped me go into that two-finger D minor because
Mm-hmm.
then your finger's in that same position.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you get a lot more practice
I, I'm
playing
a
the D minor than you do other stuff.
yeah.
You gotta unmute, Chris. Unmute.
There we go. I was clicking it. It's just not unmuting. uh, but yeah, I'm a three finger on the D minor. I've been watching people playing the two finger one, and
Mm-hmm.
thinking, oh well, I should be able to play that way now, which I can.
Right.
But it's just habit to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, that would be good practice to learn, because if you've got to learn to do those double strings in certain places, otherwise things are just a little difficult. But,
Yeah, you know what? Then that actually makes a lot of sense. Then let's go ahead and um let's go through this one thing. So and I know I haven't done this in a long time. So basically what we're learning here is we're gonna if might be your first time learning it, but we're gonna redo the knuckles up, knuckles down. All right. So this is making sense because we're talking about two strings, one finger, right? So before we get into that, let's go ahead and use our index. Okay. Give me the E and A on the first fret. Now, if you guys are doing that already, now you are going to try and create this same feeling, this same sensation, this coverage, this string spread is what I like to call them, all right, for lack of a better word, with all of our fingers. Okay. All right. Now let's go. Chris, that face says you love it. All right. And then,
arthritis in the third finger.
yeah. Now go ahead and do it with your pinky as well. Now, the farther you go, all right. Now, once you start working towards your pinky, you guys are noticing that your strength in your pinky isn't as hard as your ring finger. The strength in your ring finger isn't as hard as your middle finger. All right. So these are really simple exercises that you guys can do to really help build up the strength. Now, when you're holding this, okay, look at the way my knuckles are bending. All right. That bridge, as Chris calls them. All right. And I call them knuckles down because if you look at my knuckles, they're being pressed down. Yeah. And my fingernails is capturing all that blood. So it's turning pink and my hand might fall off. But the strength is coming. Now, you guys are also noticing when you're holding this, keep holding it, don't let it go. All right, we're gonna start feeling something else in the back of our thumb. All right, who's starting to feel that pressure back there? All right, when you guys are feeling that, you guys are feeling all of this muscles right here. They're all waking up now, yeah? So the goal is to get that arch, okay? Let's go ahead and do this again from one, and this is a fantastic practice to understanding what it feels like and also building strength, all right? Okay, in one. Now go ahead and pluck. Okay, now we're gonna put it in a sensation of playing. All right, you guys are gonna feel all the things that happens when playing. Okay, next finger. Very good, third finger. Now take a note and look at my hand. You notice how my hand is starting to angle? You guys notice it's not straight anymore, is it? Right, it's starting to lean towards the headstock. Pinky. Okay, now all the strength should be in your fingertips, and your thumb, the base of your thumb should start hurting more. Right? Okay, so now let's go backwards. Pinky. Okay, ring finger. Middle finger. Index. Now this one should really hurt at the thumb, doesn't it? Open. Okay, relax your hand. All right, so a small little exercise like that will definitely teach your fingers to feel what they should feel. All right, now the better you get at it, it won't hurt as much back here. You know, because you got to think now, this is all muscles, right? This is all a muscle, right? Now, when that tension is there, go ahead and press your hand. Never shake it out because it adds tension. All right. Now we're going to do things a little bit different. You guys ready? This is the order. Okay, so 1, 3, 2, 4. Okay, watch my fingers. Here we go. 1, 3. Middle finger on 2, 2, 4. Oh, you guys are gonna love this one. Ready? Let's try it together. Ready, and 1, 3. Next, 2, 4. Now, if you notice, I'm keeping my fingers down. All right, this is gonna teach you to move together. This is control. This is discipline now. It hurts so good though. All right, let's try it again. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 3, hold it. Ready, and 2, 4. Oh, the feeling in the back. Bye, Hiroko. Good to see you. Hey, pop in on Wednesday if you can. Take care. All right, here we go. 1, again, holding it. Don't take it off. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 3. Next one, ready, and 2, 4. Leave it there. Here we go. Ready, and 1, 3. Last one, ready, and 2, 4. Okay, now that one, yeah, you can relax. You guys can feel it now, right? Definitely not fun. Yeah, not fun. But you know what? These are good little things that really help us. You know what I mean? As we play, as we start building strength. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of teachers, they don't teach this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? They just teach you to do certain things. But this, if you really want to start learning how to do certain things, having a practice like this to really teach your hands how to move, it's such a huge thing. Okay, it's a beautiful thing. All right, you guys become much more fluid, much more mobile in your fingertips and even in your wrist, you know, because if you want to play, some things are hard, right? Now, everybody hates the E chord. I don't even know why. It's so easy, you know. This A minor 7, that's a chord you should hate. You know what I mean? Not the E chord, you know. So other than that, okay, work on that. So I hope that kind of helps, Trish, in helping to bar. Yeah.
Actually, it's getting better, you know,
Very
because
good.
as you say, you know, those are exercises that you can build up.
Yeah. It
I can't
wakes up.
tell you the last time I used those muscles.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You know, and again, it's not something that we use all the time. Yeah, you know what I mean. So you know, waking them up every so often, it's such a big deal. Okay, so awesome. Okay, very cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put that chord chart back on and go ahead and work on these chords, and then we're gonna utilize it in the song, Kainoa. Okay, let me get this going. If you guys have any questions on these chords, definitely let me know. All right.
My question is more back to the fingers. My pinky it like wants to lock into place,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm not sure if it's that I'm not doing the pressure correctly, or um if it's just the nature of my pinky.
Show me. Show me.
So like when I get into the A minor 7, so I've got the bar and I've got this, although I kind of experimented, quite honestly, with
Yeah, that's fine.
that actually worked a little better for me. But when I try to move the pinky, it like starts to lock right in here into place. And it's like I literally have to take it off to unlock it.
Mm-hmm. And I think from like what I see, as I'm looking at your hands, like it's just building. You just gotta practice.
But
Because
okay.
that I like it.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Yeah, sounds good though. I like it. Oh, you gotta leave already, Melinda? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, you're welcome. Pop in every week, okay? It's good fun. Definitely welcome. Okay, let's get back to that chord chart. Take a minute, guys. These are not easy chords, so I don't want to rush it. You know what I mean? But go ahead and feel it out. All right. Okay, I'm going to play it in the background just so you guys can hear it. A minor 7, C diminished, D minor 7, G7. Ah, here's my favorite, C augmented. Oh, that's a pretty chord. Super pretty chord. Okay, that G augmented is a gorgeous chord. Now, because this chord, and again, you can review last week's video, okay? And that should also be in the email, if I'm not mistaken, okay? So when you review this chord and you're working on the placement, now the placement may seem very difficult, right? Now, one of the ways, because you're squishing your four fingers, you're kind of just trying to squeeze them within 3 in an awkward position. Now, what you want to do, yeah, the hardest part is what do you do with your thumb? Okay, so let me cover this real quick. So I'm gonna stop my share. Now, what are you gonna do with your thumb? Now, this is what I'm doing with my thumb. You see how it's laid out in the back? It's not straight, it's angled like that. All right, it's going across. All right, so that's the difference. And I'm showing you this because one thing that a lot of people don't take into consideration is the position of your thumb. That actually helps with your positioning in the front. Okay, so because I'm trying to sit all of these chords in an awkward position, and I'm trying to squeeze it at an angle, my thumb, to help accommodate it, is also at an angle. Okay. There you go. Okay, so really take some time on these chords, okay? And then we're gonna get into the song in a minute. So it's good to not rush through these chords. These chords are very difficult. And for some of us, they're completely foreign, yeah? And I mean, like, to be honest, I don't use these chords often either. I don't find no need to, And sometimes a position, even though I love the sound of a G augmented, I'm not going to use that in a regular song, Does nothing for me personally. And it goes to the genre and style of music that you tend to play, okay? All right, in the chat, I am putting in a link to the song sheet that we're going to use from Ultimate Guitar. Okay, so go ahead, open up your chat, and then click on that link. Yeah, the D-7 is the best. Okay, click on that link, open up that song in your browser. And then we're gonna work utilizing these chords for the intro, all right? So I really do like encouraging creativity, yeah? I stand by the process, there's no right or wrong, or the belief that there's no right or wrong. And what sounds good, do it. As long as we maintain the integrity of the song, meaning its melody, its rhythm, and all the core components that make that song unique and what it's known for, that's the integrity of the song, right? Maintaining the characteristics and treating it with respect and making it better, not lessening it. You know what I mean? Making it better. That's what we want. That's what we strive for. And that's where creativity can help. Yeah, help us expand in that space. So we're gonna use these chords that we have here, the A-7, the C diminished, the D-7, and we're gonna go straight to the G augmented. And we're gonna use this as our intro, all right? Pretty, yeah? I'm waiting on a warm and sunny seashore. Okay, so we're gonna use that. Now, if you look at the very top of the chord chart, they actually have the standard chords here. All right, so we don't need to really reinvent the wheel and create chord charts. So if you scroll down to the top, you're already going to have them for the standard song. Okay, now if you notice, the person who created this song sheet, they only filled out the first verse. Why? Because music is patterns, right? So we don't need to learn the whole thing again. Yeah, so just memorize the pattern in one verse. And so that's why I really love this chord chart, this sheet right here. Okay. Now we're gonna do this B flat, B and C. We're gonna add that into the song, but for now, let's just focus on the intro. Okay. So again, open up that song in your browser. I am gonna take this off. Okay, stopping share now. Okay, very cool. Now let's go ahead and let's run through that intro together, okay? So you guys are gonna do thumb down, up, down with the index. And then when we get to this chord, one down strum. Okay? Now, if it seems difficult for now, don't worry about it. Take your time with it. You'll get it eventually. There's no rush, all right? One thing we don't do is rush. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, so we're just getting used to that movement. One more time.
Strumming down once and then down up.
Yes. So the strumming pattern again, it's down with the thumb, up with the index, down with the index. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then one down strum with that augmented chord. Get them?
So you're dropping the G7 chord out of the progression.
Yep, for now. Yes. Yeah. We're gonna use it though. Yeah, so we're still gonna use it. Okay, here we go, but we're getting used to this change right here. Okay, this is the money maker. 1, 2, ready, and diminish, D minor, augment, and diminish, D minor, and very good. Last one, D minor. Last one. Second last one. Okay, first one. Very good.
Confused. All right, I'm doing the D7.
Yes.
We're skipping the G.
D minor 7. So C, or the A minor 7. Okay. We're just not doing G7. So A minor 7, C diminish, D minor 7. Oh no, we're doing the chord, our chords. We're not working on the song yet. Oh, Trish, I'm sorry. So we're working on the intro. Don't worry about that. We're making the changes. Okay, so just work on our chord change. Yes, that's the one. Yes. Yeah. So we're gonna
Just went to the Bahamas for a minute.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna use that. All right. So we're taking the chords that we learned and we're using it as the intro. That's my fault if I didn't make it clear. I'm sorry. Okay. So we're learning how to use our song, our chords, and applying it into a song. Okay. Okay, so that's going to be our intro. All right, so we got that going on. So our intro, and again, it's going to be A minor 7, C diminished, D minor 7, and our G augmented. Okay, that's our intro. All right, now let's go ahead and get into the song. So now that we pretty much memorized the chords, as we get into our song, what I'm going to do is we're just going to practice doing the intro twice, and then we're going to start working on the melody of this song. Okay, now again, the chords for this song, if you guys are not familiar with anything, they are found at the top of the sheet. Okay, so listen to me as your example. Okay, watching, listen. 1, 2, intro and diminish, D minor, and hold it. I'm waiting on a warm and sunny seashore. Okay, so we're gonna focus on this line now. All right, so let's do it together. We're gonna do our intro. So this right here, don't pay no mind to this. This is not what we're doing. Okay, we're doing our chords for the intro. All right, just to be clear. Okay, here we go. Let's do it twice. Now, when you see I'm waiting, now because this is a C, I'm using the A minor 7 chord. Okay, I am making a change. All right, so I want you guys to practice. I'm going to make notes on this later on, but don't worry about it. I want you to take what we learn and work on trying to memorize it. Again, you don't have to get it just now. All right, but as long as I expose it to you, it teaches you guys to be more flexible. All right, okay, here we go. Let's go with the intro. 1, 2, ready, and down, up, down, diminish, D minor, augmented, down, up, down, diminish, D minor, augmented. Here we go. 1, 2, minor 7, and I'm waiting on a warm and sunny seashore. Okay, so this change from your A minor 7 to G7 to A minor 7, that's a tricky one. Okay, so let's do this again. All right, 1, 2, ready, and down, up, down, intro, diminish and D minor and augmented, down, up, down, diminish, D minor, augmented. 1, 2, I'm ready, and I'm waiting on a warm and sunny seashore. Okay, anybody got any questions so far? Are we doing okay? Yeah,
I'm gonna need about a week to get that intro.
yeah, that's fine.
No, I mean, as far as just practicing that.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
fine.
I'm getting the notes out and they're
Mhm.
sounding good,
Beautiful.
but it's just getting into putting it in the rhythm that you're doing it.
Yes. So, and that's the thing, right? So I love teaching in layers, right? Now, layers of sound, but also layers in difficulty, right? You know, and so these are definitely not easy, all right? But I believe anybody can do them, okay? You guys are doing fantastic though, all right? So these are tricky chords, all right? So just take your time with it. Are you guys liking this so far? Give me a thumbs up, or if it's too much over your head, give me the eh. Okay, good. Main thing. Oh, even. It is not easy, okay? It is not easy. So I definitely and I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but I definitely pride myself on teaching things that nobody else teaches. All right. So I really do love this. So I hope you guys enjoy it. All right. It's definitely not something that's super easy. Yeah. But it's not too hard either. It's just enough to push you. Okay. And get you guys going a little bit further. If you guys are into the jazz stuff, are you guys into that type of stuff? These are the chords that they use. All right, these are the chords that they like to do, that everybody really enjoys. You know what I mean? So you guys are learning how to do it. Okay, so that's pretty cool, and we're using it in a song such as Kainoa, which is to me legend. Okay, so let's go back to this again. Now we're gonna finish up on this first line. This is all we're gonna do today. This is not easy. Okay, so we're not gonna, I don't want to stress you guys out. And again, if it gets frustrating, my number one rule is put your ukulele down and chill. All right, never let something like this walk outside of relaxation, fun, enjoyable. If it gets frustrating and stressful, which it can become, put your ukulele on the side and just take a break. All right, this is one of the number one reasons why people quit. They struggle, it gets too hard, it's no longer enjoyable. So you gotta learn how to keep ukulele in an enjoyable space for you. Okay, all right. Okay, here we go. Let's try it again. Let's do this intro. 1, 2, ready, and down, up, down, down, up, down, D minor, and augmented again. Down, up, down, diminish, D minor, augmented. 1, 2, ready, and I'm waiting on a warm and sunny seashore. Okay, now after you say seashore, your strum pattern is down, up, down. What you're gonna do is a walk. You're gonna go into B flat, B, and C. All right, so I'm waiting on a warm and sunny seashore, B flat, B, and then back to A minor 7. Tricky, all right, but very cool. Okay. Oh, Mark, I'm sorry. I feel you on that though. It's definitely not the best app.
Yeah, it was so frustrating. It was better to just do it as you show it on the screen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, sometimes, yeah, but like anything, right? You know, technology isn't always perfect. If you have it as a resource on your iPad, it's a fantastic app. But again, these apps, they're community generated, yeah. So they won't always be correct, and sometimes there's lots of bugs and whatever's in them. But yeah, I feel you though. Drives me crazy too. Okay. So let's finish this line out. B flat, B, and C. So watch and listen one more time. I'm sorry, I'm trying to make my thing as big as I could, but limitations of Zoom. So here we go. 1, 2. We're just gonna do the line. 1, 2, C, or A minor 7, and I'm waiting on a warm and sunny seashore. B flat, B, A minor 7. Oh, that's tricky. Okay, let's try that again. 1, 2, ready, and I'm waiting on a warm and sunny seashore. B flat, B, A minor 7. Do we love that? It sounds pretty though. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, play along, and I'm waiting on a warm and sunny seashore. B flat, B, A minor 7, G7, and back to A minor 7. Okay, so this chord progression from the B flat, and again, here's your B flat. It's also there in the chord chart, right? E and A, fret 1, C2, G3. Now the B chord is same thing on 2nd fret, and then we're going to change to our A minor 7. Okay, so B flat, B, A minor 7. Very cool. So let's try this one more time. 1, 2, ready, and I'm waiting on a warm and sunny seashore. B flat, B, A minor. Nice. All right, guys. Well, hey, that was a lot. Okay. So we are good for today. Does anybody have any questions?
I have all kinds of questions.
What's up, Mary? Let's go.
I lost the screen for a while, so I wasn't
Oh.
following. I could just hear your voice. But I guess I'm having trouble making the transition of
Mhm.
like whether it's the intro or the song itself, knowing which of the augmented chord chart chords I'm supposed to use in place of, like, is it the C you replace with the
A minor.
7, and
Yep.
then the G7 you just play the G7,
Yep.
and then so it's the C's get replaced with, and then the D in the intro, the D7 we play the
So the intro, as I mentioned before, we're using our chord progression.
so
Okay.
again, I'm trying to translate from what this
No, hang on. So for our intro, like I said, we're replacing the intro on the song sheet. Okay. We're
What?
gonna use,
are that we're using.
we're only using our chords that we just learned.
Well, but that's what I'm having trouble with, is knowing. So it's A minor 7, then we go to what?
Diminish,
Diminished. Okay.
and then D minor 7,
D minor 7. Okay.
and G augmented. So we're replacing the intro. Yeah. So we're replacing the intro with the 4 chords that we learned.
Okay.
Okay. And then when we get to the actual line, I'm waiting, right? So the C, we're replacing the C with A minor 7.
Okay.
Okay. So all we're doing is taking the chords that we learned and we're learning how to apply them to other songs, right? So in previous lessons, we've learned that A minor 7 is the same chord as a C6. And in previous lessons, we've learned that a minor is used as a replacement for a major. Okay. And in this case, we're slowly starting to use it. Yeah.
So that when you say that we played the diminished, is that the
C
the-
diminish.
diminished? Okay.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense.
Good.
Jonah,
Yes.
we did that replacing the major with the minor.
Yeah.
Have you heard of a band called the Dead South?
No.
They do it. You are my sunshine, or whatever it is. They take that from being in the major and playing it in the minor, and it just completely changes the song.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it becomes a dark, becomes a dark song, and it sort of went, wow, that's an example of doing exactly that, just changing it over to that relative minor, and sort of wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Make it very dark.
Yeah, it is. Minor chords are dark chords. Yeah, but they can also, when used properly, they can be beautiful melodic ballad chords, and so they're definitely heavy, you know what I mean? But when used properly, they can be very calming and soothing as well, so it's a whole different thing. Chrissy, welcome. Yeah, it is a little bit difficult, Chrissy, I'm not gonna lie, but if you stick around, you'll catch on, so but thank you for coming. I'm glad you're here, Chris. This is definitely not easy, guys, you know what I mean, and I totally know that, but it will push. I like that your hand is hurting, Chrissy. You know, as they say, no pain, no gain. You know what I mean? But I mean, I really do like taking, you know, and I think this is something for me growing up here in Hawaii. Um, and you know, and I don't mean to slight anybody at all, and that's not what my intention is. But you know, like since my years, I've only been online for 2 years, and I learned this ukulele community is a beautiful community, and I really love it. But there's a lot of hierarchy at the same point in time, you know. And when I grew up here in Hawaii, there's no such thing as hierarchy, right? There's no such thing as beginner, intermediate, and advanced. You know, nowadays it is useful to help situate and, you know, categorize for teaching. I get it. But when I was growing up here and I was learning how to play, that really wasn't a thing here in Hawaii. You know, even the kid who just picked it up was trying to learn how to play the hardest songs. And it never stopped them from advancing faster than the ones who could already do it. You know what I mean? So, and I really stand by that. And so when I teach, I try to expose everybody at a nice, comfortable pace. It's definitely a thing where you gotta show up all the time. You know, I believe in consistency, and I believe in constants, rituals and routines, and you know, it's a lifestyle. You know, for people that, you know, say it's a lifestyle, it really is for me. You know, I do this all day, every day, and have been ever since I was 15. You know, professionally. You know, and I'm at the ripe old age of 40 now. So it's been a while. So I understand it's not easy. So Chrissy, I love that you're here, and I love that you're, you know, making the strides, just like how Mary and Trish them are, Mark, everybody, right? You know, so I love it. It's definitely not something that everybody does in a group setting. You know what I'm saying? You know, but ooh, Chris, you superstar. Yeah, buddy. He's gonna be playing in a festival. Why don't you jump in the Zoom and let us watch you? You know what I mean? We should all like watch Chris perform. All right.
It'll be on YouTube the week after.
No,
It'll be
I
on
want the
YouTube.
live stuff. I want to be like fangirling you, bro. Yeah. Yes, Melinda. You had a question?
I did, but I immediately found the answer.
Oh, okay.
I was looking at the chart for the A minor seventh, and I was looking at, does that say that it's on 2? And yes, it starts on the second fret. The
Yes.
bar, the full bar is on the second fret.
Yeah. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay. Trish, did you have something? I thought I seen you.
No, I was just putting it all on the same page so I could see it all out.
Perfect.
I'm one of those visual people.
Yeah. And here's another thing too. Yeah, let's talk about that, because, you know, people, they need visuals, right? And I'm not, you know, I'm not downing that. I like that. But, you know, I like also spurring this part. Yeah. So we'll work on that. Normally I have my iPad to write the notes. I just don't have it today. So that's kind of why we have to do it by imagination. All right. Oh, Diane, right on. Welcome, Diane. Good, Diane. And that's, you know, like because of the arthritis thing, I totally get it. You know what I mean? So maybe we can figure out ways to do it differently. Yeah, better, and make it easier. Okay, so that's another thing that I really enjoy. Okay, trying to figure out how we can make the chords. Chris brought up a fantastic point. You know, instead of doing the A minor 7 with all 3 chords, just use this. That'll work. You know, this is a form of C as well, right? But this as well. Okay. So always simplify. Yeah. If this is difficult, start with this. All good. Chris brought a fantastic point up. Okay. All right, guys. Boom. So this lesson will be up in Patreon in a couple of hours. All right, for all my Patreon supporters. Wednesday next week, we're continuing I don't know, a bunch of stuff. All right. So what else? Friday, I think we also have Hene Hene Koaka. We're doing a Molokai series in my Patreon classes. So we're learning songs that talk about Molokai, the island of Molokai. And so Hemele Hawaiʻis, when we're doing the Hawaiian stuff, the contemporary island stuff and whatever's will usually be on Wednesdays. I was teaching Bohemian Rhapsody, but it is an intense song. So the first two parts in the Patreon, I stopped right there, and then everybody just needs to get used to playing it over time. And then I'll open up a next section eventually. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. All right. Lots of ukulele, easy, intermediate, advanced. To me, I squish them all in together. Alrighty, okay, and then we all just get used to it. So the more we do this like this, you guys are gonna find yourself becoming very fluid players. All right. Now, if you guys have any questions about the Royal Pikake mangoes, stay on the Zoom with me. All right. But for everybody else, that is done. Love you guys. God bless. Take care. I will see you guys soon. Yeah. Bye, guys.